Hey guys, it's M16. I'm back. If you're watching this within the first few hours that I upload it, it is the server downtime for patch 2.6, which is going to be coming out today. And I have some double STB-1 Ace Tanker gameplay for you to enjoy, hopefully, during the downtime. And the first match is on Lost Temple. And I tell my team to go left. Usually I say go right. But the E100 on my team is the commander of the family clan for Void, which is Pincer. And we always kind of butt heads and argue about what the best strategy on Lost Temple is. I almost never win when I go Temple, but I know because he won't listen to me if I tell him to go to the right, that I might as well go to the left and try my luck. And his platoon mate, the T125, is going to end up giving the perfect example of why you should not go Temple on Lost Temple anymore. But oh well. We get up to the obelisk and we spot this M48 Patton. So I'm trying to angle for a shot and he breaks the wall, which actually lets me get the shot into him. And then this Object 140 is over here. So immediately we get up to the temple and right away we've got two tier 10 medium tanks on our right flank with an IS-7 also on our right flank that can't really shoot us because he'd have to come up the hill. Where these two tier 10 medium tanks are just pouring fire into him, and then I see all those guys coming, and then he just gets nuked by the FE-183, and that's up. The temple is just so exposed now. It's so easy to get flanked, and that's why I don't like going here usually. But I've got my team going after those mediums, so my flank is secure, and I can try and go hull down and try and work over these enemies. The VK received a buff, I believe, so it's got more PC-like armor, where it's got 200 millimeters of frontal armor. And based on the horrible bounces with the APCR and heat even bouncing off the lower plate, that I'm guessing the lower plate has that 200 millimeters of penetration, 200 millimeters of armor rather, like it does on PC, which is a great buff to the VK. It's actually viable now and might be better than the E75. But right now I am trying to be sneaky, putting shots into the view bar of that E100, or at least trying to. The STB-1 has horrible accuracy. The T125 and the Jagdpanzer E100 have 0.35 accuracy and like a 2 second aiming time, and the STB-1 has 0.36 accuracy and a 2.1 second aiming time. So on a medium tank, which medium tanks generally have very good gun handling, you have worse gun handling and less DPM. Or not less DPM, but less effective DPM, I guess I should say, because the STB-1 has 2700 DPM and the E5 has 2400 DPM, which is really only the difference between one shot that the STB-1 gets out extra, even though it shoots almost 2 shots extra per minute than the E5. The E5 still has higher alpha damage, so it closes the gap of the DPM difference a lot quicker. So the T125, with its way more effective armor and its better gun handling and very close DPM, the T125 has just a far superior gun to a tier 10 medium tank, and it's a heavy tank. Which is a problem if you're driving an STB-1, because the gun on it is pretty atrocious. It doesn't have the DPM that it should, and it doesn't have the accuracy that it should. On PC, the STB-1 has like the same accuracy, but the DPM on it is just godly. The DPM is the best in the game, and on here it's worse than the Leopard 1 around where the FE4202 is. So the DPM is pretty trash on Blitz. So you've got bad DPM for a tier 10 medium tank, bad accuracy for a tier 10 medium tank, bad aim time for a tier 10 medium tank, bad gun handling all around for a tier 10 medium tank, and then you've got average speed, decent armor, and good gun depression. And by decent armor, I mean only in the turret. The whole armor is trash. So the STB-1 has absolutely nothing special about it in any way, shape, or form. And it needs a buff. Probably in solely the DPM. Right now, the Leopard 1 has 8 rounds a minute and 350 alpha damage, which gives it 2800 average DPM, which is the highest in the game by like 10 or 20. If you gave the STB-1 8.5 or 9 rounds a minute, then given all of the drawbacks that it has, it would actually be worth playing, because then you could use your DPM as your only advantage and you can abuse that. But without the good DPM, there's just nothing really good about the tank that other tanks don't have, or that other tanks don't do so much better. The Object 140 doesn't have the 10 degrees of gun depression, but it's got turret armor and whole armor, better accuracy, better DPM. It's just it's faster, it's more maneuverable, and it's just a better option like all around compared to the STB-1. But if the STB-1, given all the drawbacks that it has to the Object 140 right now, if you gave the STB-1 better DPM, so it could actually go toe-to-toe with another tier 10 medium tank and not lose at like 70% of the time, then the STB-1 would be a decent tank to play. But right now it's just not, because you can't play it, you can't compete with other tier 10 medium tanks. You can't brawl in it because it's got no armor. You can't snipe in it because its accuracy is trash. Really, you can't do much in the STB-1 that other tier 10 medium tanks can't do more effectively. Hell, even the T110E5 and the Jagdpanzer E100 have better gun handling than the STB-1, which is really bad because it's a heavy tank and a tank destroyer with a massive gun. So it's just, there's too many drawbacks with the STB-1 to make it a competitive tier 10 tank. If they gave it a DPM buff, then it would be competitive, but as it is right now, it's not really competitive at all. Like, really. There's nothing that STB-1 does that the Object 140 can't do better. Like the position I was in right there, Object 140 can take the same position. It's got enough gun depression. It's got better DPM. Why would you want an STB-1 there when you can have an Object 140 that can do the job, get there quicker, do the job better, and survive longer? It's just, there's really nothing special about the STB-1, but somehow I still manage to somewhat enjoy driving this tank. It just, I don't know what it is. It's, I really can't say, because I still somehow do fairly good in the tank when there's nothing special about it at all. It's average pretty much across the board, besides its trash hull armor and the trash turret. Really, the turret has some miracle bounces that it can pull off, but when you're using your gun depression, all you're doing is exposing your weak spots even more, which are your turret cheeks. So when you're abusing one of the strengths of the vehicle, you're also like enhancing one of the weaknesses, which is not good. Here are the gun stats for the T110E5's 120mm gun M58. 300 to 500 average damage, 193 to 322 average penetration. It has 6 rounds a minute with a 2-second aiming time and 0.35 dispersion at 100 meters. The STB-1's 105mm rifled gun has 262 to 437 average damage, so it's got 50 less average damage. The penetration, 193 to 322, is exactly the same. The rate of fire is 7.79 rounds a minute, which gives it around 330 more DPM, and it's got less aiming time and less accuracy. And it's a medium tank. The E5 is got so much more survivability because it's still quick. It's got a hell of a lot more armor. It's got really good DPM for a heavy tank, and it's the STB-1. The E5 can do the STB-1's job better in every way. Besides, it won't get places as quickly. So, a tier 10 heavy tank is a better medium than a tier 10 medium tank. And that's a problem. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think of 2.6 when it comes out. And I'll try and get a video on that out later today also. But this is M16's World of Tanks Blitz Replays. I hope you enjoyed my video, and as always, have a nice day.